But I am the chip leader. We're down to the final table. What's up, guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from live hotel and casino. This is episode 56 of my vlog. In this episode, we're going to be playing in a WPT Satellite tournament to get into the main event. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. All right, before we get into the episode, I just have a little bit of a bone to pick with some of the viewers out there. Nothing major, but there are a lot of people out there watching my vlogs, which I appreciate. Love you guys for watching. To all the new subscribers, thank you. And that's what I wanted to talk about real quick. There are a lot of people watching, but they haven't subscribed to my channel. I'm attempting to do a giveaway. So like I was saying, I was attempting to do a giveaway to get some subscribers, and that hasn't worked out so well so far, but still, the giveaway is still on. As soon as I hit 500 subscribers, click the link in the thingy up here, or well, over here. But anyway, so if you guys are watching, do me a favor, just click that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell notification so you can get notified of all my vlogs that come out. I've done pretty good lately in the poker world. I cashed 2 episodes ago in that $100,000 guarantee. If you want to see that, go ahead and click here or here. I forget where the hell it's at. But yeah, so if you guys are watching, just do me a favor, subscribe. I know I can get to 1,000 subscribers in the next 6 to 9 months. So at 500, we're doing that giveaway. So again, thank you guys for watching, and here's the rest of the episode. I hope you enjoy. Come on, guys. Even Old Man Coffee says to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to this guy's channel. Old Man Coffee.
And subscribe to his channel, too.
Absolutely subscribe to my channel. Just do it. Okay, in one of the first hands I play, I have Queen 8 of clubs. I decide to go ahead and call the $100 big blind. I believe we are 3 ways to the flop, and the flop comes out the King of Diamonds, the 8 of Hearts, and the 5 of Clubs. I check, and everyone else checks around to the turn. The turn is the Jack of Diamonds. Once again, everybody else checks around to the river. The river is the 10 of Hearts. The small blind checks, I check, and middle position bets 300, and we fold that hand. Okay, in this hand, a couple levels later, I've the Ace, King of Diamonds on the button. It's level 3. Blinds are 200, 300, 300 big blind ante. It gets around to me, and I decide to make it 1,200. The middle position calls and the big blind calls, and we are 3 ways to the flop at this point. The flop comes out King of Hearts, 8 of Diamonds, and the 6 of Diamonds. So I got top pair and a flush draw going. Middle position bets 1,700. I decide to give my cards a look, trying to make them think I don't have too much, but ultimately, obviously, I'm calling. So I call the 1,700, and the big blind calls the 1,700. We are now still 3 ways to the turn, and the turn is the Queen of Clubs, which is a good card for me because it connects anybody with a queen. And middle position bets 2,000. I obviously am calling the 2,000, and the big blind also does decide to call the 2,000 after looking at his cards. The river is the Jack of Diamonds, completing my ace high flush. The big blind says all in. I snap call after the middle position says fold, but then says he doesn't really want to fold, but then ultimately folds. And we flip up our cards, and we got him with the ace high flush. Exactly one orbit later, I have the ace of clubs, the queen of spades on the button again. The blinds are still 200, 300 with the 300 big blind ante. Middle position bets 1200. I decide to call. We are three ways to the flop. The flop comes out the 10 of diamonds, the 7 of hearts, and the jack of spades. Under the gun checks. Middle position decides to go out and throw a bet of 1800. I decide to call because he's been bluffing pretty much all day and hasn't had too much. So again, I call the 1800. The under the gun calls, and the turn is the 4 of clubs. The middle position taps his finger like he's checking. I decide to throw out a quick bet of 2500. He says, "Whoa, I didn't bet yet or check." And I said, "Well, I saw you tap your finger, so I assumed that you were checking." So he thinks for a minute or so and ultimately decides to continue his bluffing and call the 2500 I've already put out. The under the gun also calls. The river is the 8 of hearts. It actually checks all the way around, and I am second to show my cards, and believe it or not, we get this one through with the ace high and take down a nice little pot there. Okay, so there are no official breaks for this satellite tournament. I'm on the final table. The top two get the $400 tickets to the main event, and there's 120 in cash. Let's hope the run good continues, and let's ship this thing. Okay, so I finally get a decent pair at the final table here. I have the jack of spades, the jack of hearts, and I am in middle position. I decide, it gets around to me, and I decide to make it 4,500. The other people fold, and the small blind, who's the short stack, decides to go all in for about 12,000. Another guy folds. I'm thinking it over and counting my chips out. Ultimately, I do decide with my jacks, decide to call. Inside my gut, I was thinking kings or aces, which means I probably should have folded. But here we go. Villain shows me aces, and the board runs out. 10 of diamonds, king of hearts, 8 of spades, 4 of spades, and just the dagger, the ace of clubs. And obviously we lose that pot. Okay, a couple hands later, I'm not going to lie, I was a little tilted after that last big hand I lost. I have the 4 of diamonds, the 4 of clubs in the small blind. Blinds are 1,000, 2,000 with a 2,000 big blind ante. The big blind makes it 5,000 when it gets around to him. I decide to call the 5,000. We are now heads up to the flop, and the flop is the 3 of spades, the 6 of hearts, and the 7 of diamonds. I check. he decides to bet 5,500. I didn't hear what he said he was betting, so I asked what the actual total was. I look at my cards. I'm starting to get a little short stacked and decide to ultimately call reluctantly the 5,500. And the turn is the 10 of diamonds. I go all in. He thinks for about 5 seconds and snap calls, and he shows a pair of sixes for a flopped set of sixes, and we're out of the tournament. Well, you can call me the Bubble Boy. I'm out, 4th place. And remember, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.